Hi guys, welcome to Worldwide Wes, and today I'm making another Croydon video. This isn't anything new, but I was talking to a friend about AI videos of Croydon. People had been making videos, content, and actually specifically in this area a lot of the time of antisocial behaviour happening along this stretch of London Road, the A23. Actually, this bit isn't the A23, but it's still London Road. And labelling it as, this is Croydon, this is what happens. And to be honest, it's even a very small part of the town centre. So we would usually go straight ahead, but there's a festival on the surprise South Asian festival. So yeah, back to the subject. There's people who specifically make content, they look for content of Croydon, things happening in Croydon that are very negative, and then put out this content that silly, this is all that happens here. But actually quite a while ago, one of my uncles sent me an article about AI being used to make videos and then so that it's in Croydon when the things that were in the AI videos were not happening even in this whole borough, let alone the town centre. And I think it's really sad, to put it mildly. It's exploitative and it's clearly dishonest, and it's really crap for people in this borough, especially people who run small independent businesses, because Croydon has its problems. That's very clear. We've had a number of bankruptcies and so many things closed down. Issues with Unibel, Rodamco, Westfield, who own Westfield, not building the Westfield that they promised to over a decade ago, and the implications that has led to. But if people are cultivating this image of an area that's so negative that it puts people off, what does that do for anybody who's trying to do anything in this borough, who lives in this borough, who runs a business, who has run a business for quite some time that's already established? Understandably, people don't want to go somewhere that they feel unsafe. And there are people, and I think a lot of people, who will see such headlines and say, no, this place isn't for me, and just give it a really wide berth. Problem in Croydon is, with the failure of the Westfield being built, it led to shops closing, and as time has gone on, more and more stores have closed, and there's supposed to be about 70 stores closed in the Whitgift Centre, which is the larger shopping mall. And the less and less that there is here, the less relevant the town centre is, and the less you want to visit. My dad dubbed me Croydon's #1 fan. I was always so positive about Croydon, always looking at the latest on what's going on, what new developments, things like when not the Westfield, when the Box Park, the Westfield as well, but the Box Park were coming to town, and feeling quite positive and excited. And after decades of so many promises that have been unfulfilled, I think even for me, it's become quite hard to... Everybody's just like going across the crossing with absolutely no care whether it's like a green or red man today. But yeah, even myself, somebody who was dubbed as Croydon's #1 fan by my dad, um, it is quite hard to be positive when you see so much negative, and in the sense of things that are declining, and knowing a time when things were thriving here. And you even had, as my mum reminded me, way back in the day, coach trips to Croydon to do shopping, because until Westfield London, the Wycliffe Centre here in Croydon was still the biggest, apparently the biggest shopping mall in London. And so there's people who are making content, as I said, that shows antisocial behaviour. And one of the other things with it is when you watch some of this content, sometimes the people, I believe, have instigated those situations. It's not that they just happen to be walking down the street and come across them. I, like today, travelled through that area, and I know it was only like a brief split moment, and I'm not going through it every day. Every time I've been through, I've never seen these sorts of things, and I live in the area. I mean, yeah, probably if I was just sitting there, standing there for a number of hours, you'd probably see something, but it's probably like a lot of areas in the country where that happens. And it's not wrong to capture these things and share them, but I think it's also not helpful if all you're doing is just showing them and you're not actually doing anything, like you're not calling on your MPs. We have a locally elected mayor in Croydon, Jason Perry. You're not calling on him to do better, to try and solve these issues. You're just putting it out there and saying, you know, it's all shit, and this is it, and that's it. You're not rolling up your sleeves to try and do anything. I think I've been lucky to meet quite a lot of people in the community who probably felt the same way. They're creative, they want to do something within the community, and they have done things. So I have a friend, Ian, DJ Chippy, who is one of the founders of the Beats and Eats event. I'd Google it, it's a really nice event. And it's about like bringing the community together and creating something that people of various ages can do. So it's usually on a week, yeah, so actually it's always on a weekend. And you can bring the kids, the babies, the grandparents. And, you know, he's been doing, with various other people, myself at times, doing these events for years. There's places like Matthew's Yard, which have been so at the centre of the community here. And in creating a third space where people could meet to create projects like Croydon FM or Croydon Radio, I can't remember which, but yeah, they had a radio station, and there was the newspaper as well, the Croydon Citizen. But you know, what benefit is there in just capturing footage of antisocial behaviour and just labelling an area as being beyond help, and that just being it, full stop, not doing anything about it, not offering any solutions? So Croydon is home to the Brit School, which I'm sure many of you will know at least one famous person from it. You've got Olivia Dean, Amy Winehouse, Adele, Leona Lewis, Tom Holland. Oh, there's so many people, it's unbelievable. And people, it's not even like people, singers, actors from donkeys years ago, the people actually now. You've got that in the borough of Croydon. You got places like like Croydon College here as well. You got the Fairfield Halls, where you can see the Peppa Pig poster. And I guess like in this video, I am asking you as viewers, anybody who's watching this, to give this area, give any area a chance and look a bit deeper than the headlines. I think personally, and I think I've probably been lucky as well, to meet as a creative person who was doing a lot of creative stuff at a time in this area, to meet a lot of other creative people and get to know people in the area. And maybe that's something that doesn't help when you don't know a lot of people in your area and you see these things. You don't know the people of the area. The people who are presented as being the definitive type of person in that area is maybe what you see. And if you're not able to challenge these things, have a bit of critical thinking and challenge these things and want to look a bit deeper or a lot deeper. I mean, there's places like to the left, the Village Table, which is a new third space that opened up, I think it was a month or two ago. And again, if you got people who are just saying it's a shithole, look, this is what happened, but they're not showing you the other side of all the positive things that happen, people understandably are going to be very wary of an area and just not want to engage. And how does that affect a place like that that's quite new? And it's also opened by a local who wants to bring people together through her establishment, which has music events, live music. And she probably wants to do a lot more. You got like this place here on the left, Ludicrous, a really nice board game cafe. Really cool place to hang out. But again, it's actually quite popular. It's got a lot of people in it. But again, if you've got people saying such negative things that are putting people off, does that not limit the potential customers? And surely we want our areas to do well. But as Michael Caine said in Batman, in Christopher Nolan's Batman, to Bruce Wayne, Master Wayne, some people just want to see the world burn. So I'd be quite interested to see in the comments what you guys think about what I'm saying. Do you think that you are doing an area a disservice by just capturing content and just saying it's a shithole and not doing anything to try and better that area? Have headlines like that put you off giving Croydon a chance, or various other areas around the country or the world? But I'm gonna love and leave you guys, and if you've enjoyed this journey with me and this topic, please give me a like, subscribe and share, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.